Hey, so this is the second video of this TAGR persistent challenge. I guess the prior one was about the first sentence of the chapter on persistence from the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, and it's the 1936 edition, and it has that's chapter, I believe is chapter 9 is what the chapter on persistence is about. And I just shared a little bit about just a quick thought about the first two sentences. We talk about persistence as the one of the essential factors of transmuting an idea into physical form. That's kind of very quick way to summarize it. Then he talks about the power of the will. Um, but I touch a little bit more on this idea of persisting through challenges as a way to transform your idea into a reality, whatever that might be, wherever that's like a weight loss goal or making a certain amount of money or finding a specific job. So today I'm moving down the first page of the chapter. There are a few sentences here about Henry Ford. So he starts saying, Henry Ford has been generally misunderstood to be ruthless and cold-blooded. This misconception grew out of Ford's habit of following through in all of his plans with persistence. Then here's where the idea comes in. The majority of people are ready to throw their arms and purposes overboard and give up at the first sign of opposition or misfortune. A few carry on despite all opposition until they attain their goal. These few are the Fords, the Carnegies, the Rockefellers, and the Edisons. So he's talking, I guess he just starts talking about these successful people, whoever those are. But what catches my attention here is just I kind of went into how many times have I started something and given up because I found opposition. That could have been my loved ones saying no to something, my parents saying you're crazy, or my boss saying that's impossible, or you don't have the power to do that, or who the hell do you think you are? I remember when I started talking about leadership, especially because I started talking about leadership when I was really just not very good at leading myself. Um, so, but I started talking about it, and I started being very committed to it and speaking about leading yourself or myself, leading with purpose, acting on purpose. And it was funny to see that because I ran into the people around me, knew me from before, and they just simply immediately started pushing back on it. They just didn't believe. They started ignoring me. They started just doing a bunch of things just to pretty much ignore everything I was saying. And I actually gave up. I gave up for several times, many times. I gave up. I did the silent treatment type thing, and I've done it with so many other things. I have books I have bought and purchased, and I as soon as I started reading, and I noticed this is gonna take a while, I kind of given up on them. Or I bought electronics or video games or some other things or exercise programs. I've done exercises. I bought so many exercise programs, and I remember starting just reading the instructions and then noticing, oh, this is going to take a lot of effort, and I just gave up. Now, what's interesting about it is just maybe that's the question. How many things have you actually stopped doing at the very first sign of opposition? Meaning that you just didn't persist through it. And one of the things that I found out is the things that I actually persist through the challenges, through the failures, and through any adversity that may show up. What has made me persist through it is actually having a very clear vision of what I want in the future. Once I have a very clear vision, and that vision is attached to my purpose, when the two are together, I've actually been able to follow through, push through any adversity, and do whatever it is that I say I'm going to do. For example, this. Like, I've been meaning to do this for a long time, and I'm finally just taking the step forward to go through fear. This is just throwing it out there, see what you think. So let me know what you think. I mean, I'm doing this just as a way to start training, start practicing a few things I'm trying to do. So let me know in your comments what questions you have, maybe what thoughts you have about the passage. I'll read the sentence again. So it says, the majority of people are ready to throw their aims and purposes overboard and give up at the first sign of opposition or misfortune. So maybe share with me what have you actually stopped doing at the first sign of adversity, the very first sign of challenges. Um, what are those things? What can I enable you to actually quit or stop doing it? And maybe what are some of the things that you have succeeded and persisted on, and what allowed you to persist? So let me know that in the comments or on the Facebook page, one-on-one coaching, or the one-on-one coaching community on Facebook. Both of them out there. See you tomorrow, maybe. We'll see how long this challenge can go. But I'll keep just throwing ideas, and let's just keep the conversation going. See ya.